Looking at this, I'd say, okay, priority board wise, why is the ball going to the right? How do we fix that? And then how do we hit the ball farther? Would you agree?
Agreed.
See the difference in his shaft angle and your shaft angle? So
Yeah.
his shaft angle is closer to like parallel to the original plane line. It's flatter, more horizontal, whereas yours is more vertical or steeper. When you go up to the top here, that should point basically right at that ball target line, whereas you would be outside of it.
Interesting.
So when you're doing your little hinging, like if we drew that line up the shaft and you just wanted to go like right up it. See how when I do that, the shaft just goes right down my leg? So you would go right up it. Attaboy. Like that swing you just did, even though it didn't feel like it probably, went right up and down one line. Even though even though it probably felt like it was more vertical. It went right up and down one line. That was beautiful. All right, guys, so we have a couple days left of our Labor Day live view special ending Monday at midnight, September 12th. This is where you get the opportunity to get the new live view that has come out so you can have instantaneous video feedback when you practice, which is the thing you need to actually improve your swing. If you've been watching any of our videos, you know how often, right, I say you need video feedback, you need video feedback. It's the only thing I've found that really, truly, genuinely works, and this is the best version of it, instantaneous feedback. So for this, we're going to give you a couple of things. Number one, you're going to get 20% off. That's $129 off the normal price. We're going to give you free shipping. And to take any risk away, we're going to give you a 365-day money-back guarantee. That means you get to try it for a full year, and if you don't like it for whatever reason, you just send it back. We'll send you a refund, but I know that you're going to love it. But I want you to take that risk away, right? I really want you to get this so you can improve. We're going to add that in. This is exclusive to just you guys. It's an offer just for a thank you, right, for watching the videos. And with that, we're going to add a special bonus. We're going to add and include for free 4 of our best master classes. I think they're the best ones. We have our full swing range master class, putting master class, chipping master class, and wedge and short iron master class. Literally the things I've spent the past 15 years honing in and developing that I give to the players I work with, to a complete practice plan. Hundreds of dollars we could sell that for, right? You're gonna get that completely free. So you get all the bonus master class, you get the 365 guarantee, you get the free shipping, you get the 20% off, but not forever, obviously, only until Monday at midnight. So we're gonna put the link on the screen. We'll put the link in the description down below. I'm telling you, if you're serious, if you've been struggling with the same things and haven't been able to fix it, the thing that I've found that really works is simultaneous video feedback. So please take advantage of this. We'll put the link down in the description down below. Looking at this, I'd say, okay, priority board wise, why is the ball going to the right? How do we fix that? And then how do we hit the ball farther? Would you agree?
Agreed.
Yeah. One of the things that you notice when you look at this is the swing plane. So kind of two pieces here, right? If I drew this line up here, and let's do a compare again. So if I drew that line up for him, and I drew this line up for you, watch his club head. See how that goes like pretty close to on that line on the way back. And then he comes pretty close to on that line, like right on that through the ball. That is a PGA Tour player.
Right.
This is like the best of the best. But we can still model success, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So the goal is when you draw this line up, if you and I go play, the easiest way to do it would just be to stay on the line.
Right.
Now, if I go over the line, I go under the line, can you make that work? Sure you can. It's just more difficult. Now, if we watch you, we're going to see you go way under the line. So it goes very far under plane. So we have to see what happens from there. But typically when you go too far under the plane like that, we'll monitor the club face angle.
Well, then that can even explain why I'm going right. Because if I'm cutting in like this, then I'll be coming under the ball.
Sometimes, exactly. So what can happen is you can go under the plane on the way back, and you can go under the plane on the way down again, or it can make you come over it a little too much. So if we watch this here, you see that gets you a little too steep in transition. So usually it's like an equal and opposite. So if I draw the line up the shaft, if it goes under it on the way back, usually, not every time, usually, that's gonna make it go over it on the way down. So you watch how you get like steep on the way down.
And that's probably why I hit the ground a lot.
Yeah, and basically you're gonna have to fix that late.
Yeah.
So we watch him go up, and we get him to about parallel to the ground. See the difference in his shaft angle and your shaft angle?
Yeah.
So his shaft angle is closer to like parallel to the original plane line. It's flatter, more horizontal, whereas yours is more vertical or steeper. At this point in time, you want to have the shaft point outside the golf ball line. Basically, it should run through like your mid bicep. It just needs to be flatter. But if you go back way under plane, it's always going to want to kick the opposite way, which means the opposite's true. If you went back with it a little bit like above plane, it would want to kick under.
Yeah.
So all else equal, you probably need to feel a little bit of reverse of the loop to find middle. If you go from, let's say this, I draw the shaft line up, and you go under plane here, it's always going to want to come steep. Now, if you had really good body motions like Cam Champ through the ball with the steep shaft, meaning really good side bend, really good rotation, this club would come way too far, like down and into the ground to the left. It would be very difficult to hit good shots from there. You hit really, really low pull cuts. So like to fix this shaft, watch what happens to the shaft when I stand up. See how that shallows it back out?
Yeah.
So if I stay in really good side bend and rotate like this, that shaft wants to keep steepening. So the goal is, can I get the club head a bit more behind me, shallower like early, and then I can do those really good body motions through the ball to even it out, right? You see where his shaft was halfway back, it's like way horizontal, right? Like this here. So we want to get the shaft working more like this, right there. See how horizontal his shaft is there?
Yeah, it's lined up with the bicep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now that club head, look at his club head's way back here behind his heel line, where ours is like on our head. So the point is, if the club head's behind us more here, then we can do those good body motions. When the club's steep, you always have to stand up to fix that. So if we just pop this club on the ball target line, so this is like in line with the ball on, let's say, your flag. This is how you can always practice the swing plane pieces. Like when you're doing even these little ones, left hand grip is on good, got the hanger on inside the forearm. When you're going back, you would go way under plane. So you see how that butt of the club would point way outside this ball target line. Where you want to go at about left arm parallel is to the point where this butt of the club points literally right at it, or just inside of it. When you go up to the top here, that should point basically right at that ball target line. Whereas you would be outside of that. So when you're doing your little hinging, like if we drew that line up the shaft and you just wanted to go like right up it. See how when I do that, the shaft just goes right down my leg? So you would go right up it.
Yeah, I've seen the videos of the drills where it would be like you put the ball, like you put the club there.
Yeah.
And the backswing. Yeah, push the back.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I've been seeing that, obviously.
This one I think is super good because if you film yourself, there's no opinion.
Right.
It's like, hey, was I on there or was I not on there? You know what I'm saying? So when you go halfway back, just to get a visual, you want to go on or inside of that, right? In terms of the butt of the club, the shaft plane. So when you're doing your little backswing plane here, this is going to feel like, this should feel more vertical to you.
Yeah.
Right? And I will show you on the video. But that butt of the club points basically right at that ball target line.
When I was going like that before.
Exactly. Too horizontal.
Okay. All right.
So when you go a little more vertical on the way back, that's going to help. That's going to help the shaft start coming down this way when you come down. A little bit more shallow, like we talked about. So when you make a backswing, one of the things oftentimes is like, how much vertical hinge should you have?
Okay.
When you make a backswing with no hinging at all of your wrists, the club's always going to go under plane, and it produces less speed. It's like, imagine you're chopping something with no wrist hinge versus wrist hinge, right? No wrist hinge goes under plane and has less speed, less distance. Hinging your wrists would get the club more vertical, would help us, and it creates more speed. So during your backswing, you'd be better if you hinged more. The next question is, when do you do it? And the answer is the whole time. So I'm progressively like thumbs up to my face as I'm doing my backswing.
Interesting.
You're dialing it from 0 to 100.
Okay.
You don't go no hinge, add hinge. You don't go like set it, hold it.
That's what I was doing. I was going back straight, and then I would go thumbs up.
Yeah. And even in these, you don't quite do enough of it.
Okay.
So I would add more the whole way.
Okay.
Hinging a little bit more. And the purpose of that is just to get the club on plane and add a little bit more speed. So you're going a little hinge to get the shaft vertical. Good. And then keeping that on your forearm into the follow through. Awesome. So I'm just gonna give you a little feel for our backswing. Get our left hand grip in there good. Feet a little farther. Oh, baby. So when you're going into the takeaway, you're gonna feel more of this during your backswing. See that vertical hinging?
Yeah.
So as you start to go back, you're gonna feel like you're hinging it more. So it's gonna feel like more vertical. Now the reality is that's not that far off from where it should be, but to you should feel like it's straight up and down.
So like this or like this?
So in a real swing, it should point right on or inside the ball target line.
Okay.
But because you're here, it probably will need in the beginning to feel like, and again, you would confirm this with video, of course. It's gonna need to feel like that.
Okay.
So show me 1 or 2 practice swings with a 3/4 swing like that. Left hand grip stronger. Shaft more vertical. More hinge, more vertical on the way back. Better. More hinge, more vertical on the way back. Attaboy. Like that. That swing you just did, even though it didn't feel like it probably, went right up and down one line. Even though it probably,
okay.
Yeah, even though it probably felt like it was more vertical. It went right up and down one line. That was beautiful. So when you're practicing, I would draw this line up the shaft, like if you got your phone on behind you, draw the line up the shaft and have that working up it. So like the feel you need for that is this. So this will feel a little bit weird because I'm going to put on the side of the shaft.
Yep.
But if you hold this here like this, when you set up, that'll go on your hip. Mm-hmm. And when you go back, it's going to ride down your leg and point towards your toes. Ride down your leg, point towards your toes. You go behind me so you can see how, even though that looks pretty normal, but it'll, so if I go right down my leg, see how that goes pretty much right on plane?
Yeah.
And then I go down my toe line. You would go like this, right off the hip. You would go off the hip and under the plane. You with me?
Yep.
Take your setup, put that in for a second. This is for the swing plane piece.
And then,
yeah, so this will go like this, or go underneath your arm like that. So you kind of grip it with the stick on. It feels uncomfortable, but do the best we can. So when you start, that should sit on your hip. Now, this is gonna feel weird for your takeaway. Do a little bit of a takeaway here. This should stay on your body.
Yep.
Feel that?
It's tighter, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You would be kind of over here. So this stick staying on your leg for you from a practice perspective. Now from there, this should point more down towards your, You with me?
Okay.
And I'm telling you, when you feel that exaggerate, it's gonna look perfect on camera. Let's do it again. All right, guys, thanks for watching today's video with Gino, and I hopefully you enjoyed this one. You know, this one's, some of these lesson videos we're gonna put up, there'll be a little bit more, analysis or me explaining something and concept sometimes. Other times it'll be more of me working with the player and going through some of that. And, we want to play with some of those and see what helps you. Ultimately, we post these videos to help you, and hopefully a concept or a drill or a feel that can help you go, play better and improve your game. So let me know down below. I'm always interested to see and hear what you guys think, what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of, maybe someone that helped you or what you're working on, any questions you have. I always read through all of the comments down below. Obviously would love to hear from you guys down there. And if you still are, if you're struggling with anything in your swing and you can't find a way to improve, I would love for us to help you. Still get your first lesson free at cogornogolf.com. We'll put that link in the description down below like we always do. So thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought.